fellow budgeters. My name is Brandy and you're watching From Debt to Dreams. And on this channel, we're paying off over $400,000 worth of debt. But don't you fret, more than half of that is our mortgage. And what we're doing today is our expense tracking video. So let's get started. Today is Monday. We had kind of a full weekend, but not really a full weekend. We did a lot of shopping, like for our groceries, and one of my kids had a birthday party to go to, so we had those kinds of things going on. Sorry, I'm just getting all my stuff out. And then after that, we just kind of hung out at home. No, we didn't. Okay, so Saturday we went grocery shopping in the morning. Then we had a birthday party, and then we went to Academy Sports because my kids are playing soccer this year, and we needed some new chairs, like some camping chairs to sit on at the field during practice, and then also during the games. And we have Jason and I are not the smallest people. Jason is a lot smaller than I am. And so we needed chairs that were going to comfortably hold our bodies. And so we needed to buy a little bit more expensive ones, not the super expensive ones. We weren't able to buy the ones I really wanted, but that was okay. So you'll see that transaction come out tomorrow. And then yesterday, Sunday, we did church all day, and then we had just some time to chill out at home. So it was kind of a regular old weekend. So let's just see right here. So, okay, let's do our cash spending first. I am very sad to announce to you that I did not win the $1.8 billion Powerball lottery, but I did play. We had, after we did some grocery shopping, we had a little bit of money left over, and we said, why not? You can't win if you don't play, right? One of our kids' friends in the neighborhood had a birthday party this weekend. So I guess Saturday, one of my kids went to 2 birthday parties. And so we gave him $10 cash. He's older. He's in middle school. My kids are not in middle school, but he's such a good kid, and he hangs out at our house a lot. And so it was just fun to let the boys go celebrate him. And then we did grocery shopping at Costco and at Walmart, per our usual. All right, so then over here, we filled up the van with some gas. And then on Wednesday, I don't know why it took forever to come out, but on Wednesday, my husband went to Checkers for some dinner. I had some dental work done, and it was $100 more than they originally quoted me. And then here is our water bill for the month at $92.87, and then our mortgage came out. And then this right here is money adding. I added money from the savings account into the checking account to help offset the overage of the dentist. Oh my gosh, I feel like kind of embarrassed to say this. Because we bought the chairs, it's not something I really budgeted for, so we did have to use some money from the savings account. And then also, we're going to have to call the plumber back. So all the money that we have been, thankfully, here, let me start over. Let me finish my thoughts before I move on to the next thought. This is what I'm terrible at. Thankfully, we have the money. We have the money in completed savings challenges, and we also have the money in our savings accounts. Are these emergencies? No. The plumbing one is kind of an emergency. But the way that my budget is right now is I put all the extra money that we have to our emergency fund. And so when something comes up, that's not budgeted for, we have to use the money from the emergency fund. So it's working for us because we're not going into debt. However, I'm not able to save that $5,000. So I've got to figure something out, whether it's save a little bit less each month so that I have money to budget for the unexpected things, or if I'm still doing what I'm doing right, or what, like I have envelopes for family fun and for takeout and stuff like that, and health, but I haven't been adding to them because I figured we were doing okay. But then after this weekend, I was like, we're really not doing okay. We're using a lot of money that we should not be using. So I'm kind of going to be talking to my husband and thinking things over a little bit. And because if I am saving a little less, but budgeting a little more into our account, but then also we need to stop spending money, but then also the things that we're spending money on are things that we needed. So I don't know. The moral of the story right now is I don't know. And I just have a lot of thinking and talking to do with my husband. And honestly, if we didn't have this YouTube channel, then I probably wouldn't even be thinking about it. But the YouTube channel is keeping me accountable and helping me remember I have some big goals. And the only way to make those big goals is to make sacrifices. But then like how much sacrifices do we really want to make? I don't know. It's hard to kind of explain a little bit, but we're going to work it through. We're going to figure it out. So here's the dollar bills that we got from our change this time around. There's 2 B's, a J, and 2 H's. So let me write that down. Okay, I'm not going to color it because I already put we'll color it tomorrow. I already put my markers away and I don't want to get them back out. All right, so we had 2 B's. So here is the B's are for me, Brandy, and each of those shoes equal $2. So we'll put the money in there and we will color in a shoe. Slow and steady on this savings right here. Very slow but steady. Okay, my husband gets $2. So we'll write that down. So he should have 18. Okay, put that away. And then little Joshy gets $1. All right, there we go. There we have it for Monday. It's a lot. There was a lot coming out of the checking account for a Monday. I was kind of surprised to see that when I was writing things down this morning, but I'm glad for it. Now we're just waiting on a couple more bills to come through, and then payday is this Friday. So, all right, my friends, I will talk to you tomorrow, Tuesday. Bye. It's Tuesday. Here we go. All right, so I think yesterday I ended up saying that I put $120 into our checking account. Well, I had to put $200 more into our checking account, so I just changed that from $120 to $320 so that I'm not using 2 lines because they were back to back in the checking account ledger online. So we added that money in to help pay for a couple of things like I explained yesterday. I went to Costco on Sunday to fill up one of the cars. Here is that purchase to Academy Sports that I had talked about getting the camping chairs. All right, here is some takeout. This happened on Friday night. Josh went to McDonald's, my husband went to Arby's, and then Colin and I went to Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Okay, and then our Peacock subscription came out and actually went up by a couple of dollars, which is fine. I need The Office and I need Parks and Rec, so I will keep paying that so I can watch those things. My husband and I also watch Community together. Okay, our Compassion International payment for this month came out, and then also our Piedmont, which is our natural gas that helps with our water and our heating, even though we're not using our heating in the summertime, of course. And then our Focus Internet bill came out at $84.45. So then over here on the cash side, we have, here's the savings that I wrote down yesterday, but I already put my markers away and I didn't want to get them back out. And then we spent $6 for my son's hot lunch for this week. And then I forgot to write down that I ended up doing some extra childcare for a church event, and the church paid me $25 in cash. So I wrote that down because I ended up spending some of that in the grocery bill and then with the lottery and that kind of stuff. So there we have it. My husband did call the plumber. The plumber will be coming next Monday. So there won't be an update on that until not this coming Friday, but next Friday. But the lady on the phone did mention that we might need to be pulling the shower up to find out what the problem is, which means we likely are getting a new shower. So I don't know what that's going to look like financially because I don't have the money to pay for a new shower. Okay. Anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow, Wednesday. Bye. It's Wednesday, and it looks like it might be rainy today, which is a bummer because Colin is supposed to have soccer practice, but also if the rain comes and we don't get to go to soccer practice, my feelings will not be hurt. Colin and I are reading Harry Potter together, and our schedule is not allowing us to read as often as we were, which is a bummer because we're getting to the best parts of the book. We're in the very first book right now. So it's just kind of a bummer because we haven't had a lot of time to read it. So here is what has happened. A couple of things have happened. Okay, let's just go through the checking account first. So our cell phone bill came out for $170. And I forgot to grab the school color. Here we go. I bought a no uniform sweatshirt for my son. I told them, or for Josh, I told them at the beginning of the year I was not going to be buying sweatshirts multiple times. They're only going to get one sweatshirt, and then if they lose it, they lose it. That's it. Well, my youngest then lost his sweatshirt, and we're at the beginning of the year and it's not even cold outside yet. They just wear their sweatshirts because they both of them sit right underneath the AC vents in their classroom. So I was like, okay, fine, I will order one more since it's not even winter time yet. And then, so I ordered it, and then guess what? We found the other one. So, yay. And then this is a clothing purchase because, I don't even have clothing as a category for my spending. It's just a category for, so this is not going to go under clothing. It's going to go under fun because I am, going to the Jonas Brothers concert in October, right? I talk about it endlessly because I'm very excited about it. And I ordered my husband and I some customized t-shirts. So I'm very excited. And when those come in, I will show you what they look like. I'm really excited about that. So I moved $65 from the clothing envelope, which is technically a sinking fund. So I had to count it as income. I put it in here in the cash category. I was going to, some of the cash is right here and some of the cash is right here. I was going to put that full $65 into the checking account. And then I ended up not, and gave some of that money to Jason. Oh, I also took $20 out of the Scouts envelope to pay for that $20 sweatshirt for Josh, because I didn't have $20 in the school envelope, so I took it out of the Scouts envelope. And since Scouts is one of the envelopes that I count in my starting balances and stuff, I didn't have to add it as income. I know, kind of, I need to do a video on like exactly how I do all my finances. So anyway, I had $85 in cash that was supposed to go into the bank. But Tuesday nights are the nights that my boys and I go to a Bible study, and since we have to leave right after I'm done with work, we went to grab a bite to eat. So here is that right here. We went to McDonald's and it was $26. So I gave them $30. Or I gave them $40 and then I got $19 back or whatever. I don't know. I can't do math right now. It's too early. And of course, like, I turned this on and now I have to go to the bathroom. So hold on one second. Okay, let me try to explain this again. Do I need to explain it? I don't know. Here's what I'm going to say. I have $85 came from my cash envelopes. 65 of those dollars came from a sinking fund. So I have to account for that in my budget as incoming income. I spent 26 of those dollars. And $26 of those dollars were for me going to take out. With the change that I had left out of that $85 in cash, I gave $15 to my husband so he could go get something to eat tonight, because tonight is his Bible study and he won't be coming home. So I actually should write that down. I don't know where he's going, so I'm not going to write it down. Maybe I could just write Jason, but I'm going to write down $15 because that's what he took. And I won't highlight it yet because maybe that'll change. Maybe he'll bring me back some change. I don't know. I hope he does, because $15 for one person is a lot of money. So there's going to be $4 for savings. I got a B, an E, an H, and a J. And then this $40 from the 65 is going to go into our bank to help offset the purchases we made for the custom t-shirts for the concert and the sweatshirt for school. Okay? Make sense? Great. All right, so let's highlight this $4 for the $1 savings challenge. Let's close this bad boy up. Pull out our binders. All right, one of them is for me. Woohoo! How am I doing? Okay, right here. One of them is for me, which means I'm at $35. Okay. One of them is for Jason, which means $19. All right, one of them is for the emergency fund. Got $2 whole in my cash emergency fund. Oh, look at this. I made these. I probably can't see it because of the glare, but I made an in the bank placeholder. So because we've had to use some savings, we have $1,283 in the bank right now, plus these $2, and then hopefully things are not too crazy when the plumber comes on Monday and we are able to add back to that because we were at 1,600. Okay, and then Josh gets one. I love seeing all these little ones in here for them. So cute. Well, that's it for Wednesday. I will see you tomorrow, Thursday. Bye. It's Thursday. I have been trying to film this little piece for a long time. And I have a lot of thoughts. But this is not the kind of channel where I think it's appropriate for me to say my thoughts other than I am so thankful that I have a Savior who very specifically asks for us to come to him and give him our burdens because he will help us carry them. And so I think that's all I'm going to say about this right now. Here's what happened in our checking account. We have, so because I only had $16 left in there and I wasn't going to move any money over because I'm like, okay, that's totally fine. Well, I forgot to tell Jason to not use the debit card. And so he went to buy gas, and which is his right. If he needs gas, he needs gas. So unfortunately, money from our savings account, which is the account that's attached as the overdraft, like emergency or whatever, they moved $50 over. So there's that. We would have been fine if I had gotten to the bank before he left his work, but I didn't. I had that $40 that I wanted to put in the bank, and I didn't do that until after Colin's soccer practice, which was around 6:30, and Jason bought gas at about 5 o'clock. So my bad. Yeah, so anyway, tomorrow's payday. And so we will see some money movement tomorrow. Stay off of social media if you can. Especially if you need to take a break from it. It's okay to unplug from it. And that's what I will be doing. Love you guys. It's Friday. Thank goodness we're here. I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. So that's good news. The only thing that happened in our checking account was I put $2,000 of the earned income into our checking account so that today I can go get the money for our cash envelopes. And then this was that $40 I showed you yesterday going into the account. So, brain is malfunctioning. I'm not going to count it because we counted it as earned income over here, or counted it as savings used over here. Does that make sense? And then the takeout that Jason, I don't know why I didn't color it. I knew there was, I feel like there's a reason, but Friday Brandy is not able to remember why. All right, so there is that. Okay, that's everything. Take care of yourself this weekend. That is my plan. I'm taking care of myself. I have actually deleted all of my social medias, or at least the apps from my phone. I haven't been on TikTok ever. And then I was, because I wanted to see the Jonas Brothers stuff. But I took that off my phone again. I took Instagram off of my phone again. I wasn't really on it a lot anyway. I took it off this time last year because I just couldn't handle the election rhetoric. And now I can't handle the violent rhetoric that is happening everywhere. I'm tired of it. So I deleted the Instagram app and I deleted the Facebook app from my phone. And so I am going to be very intentional this weekend about not having my phone on me and striving to move away from being so dependent on it, because no good can come from it, but at least in my life. Anyway, my friends, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all on Monday with a mini Monday video. Bye.